So verification reports are a fairly new development to the research environment, so let me tell you a little bit more about them. So verification reports are very much a submission type like any other, so an empirical data paper, a theoretical review, whatever that might be, to a journal. And it is a pre-registered attempt to computationally reproduce the findings of a previous paper using their data. And so there are obviously loads of really important kind of values to this approach. So the first is that it is pre-registered. That is, you tell us exactly what you're going to do before you do it. And so this obviously has the benefit of focusing more so on the quality of the process, more so than the outcome, which obviously is massively important. The second is that verification reports are an attempt to computationally reproduce previous findings, so they can tell us a lot about the previous literature and whether we can trust the interpretations of them. Also, verification reports can be used to extend those findings, so not just using the identical same analysis pathways that were previously adopted, but could be updated with new analysis pathways, testing slightly different approaches to using the data. And this can tell us a load of different kind of useful pieces of information. For example, whether a particular finding might be a statistical artifact. And so verification reports come with this super useful level of detail, not only on the existing literature, but also taking us forward as to kind of new developments that are possible from existing data. So the submission of a verification report comes in two stages. The first is that you have to share with us your pre-registration protocol. And this is in essence a detailed plan of, have you accessed the data already? What are you going to do with it? What's your kind of analysis pathways and pipeline? And often comes with indeed the code that we peer review and check to see whether that is a rigorous evaluation of the process. Once you have been given approval to start, so it's called stage 1 in principle acceptance, you can then go on and analyze the data exactly how you stated you would. So, your initial computational reproducibility, and then any additional kind of pre-registered attempts to kind of extend those findings. And reviewers, instead of focusing again on re-evaluating whether this is a robust line of inquiry, all they do is check that you did what you said you would do, you analysed the data as you said you would, and you've drawn reasonable conclusions from that. And so whilst there are two kind of processes of peer review on this, it's actually an incredibly simple process. And as you can see from the types of questions that can be answered using this sort of approach, it can be a really useful and powerful impetus for development in the scientific field. So that's it. That's verification reports.